In Hollywood, nothing moves without a green light. It doesn't matter how powerful the story is or how much it speaks to the culture. Until an executive in the boardroom says yes, it doesn't exist. And for Black creators, that almost never came. Here's how the process works. A script gets written, but that's just a start. To even get considered, it usually needs a producer attached, or better yet, a well-known director or actor to vouch for it. Then it goes to executives. They don't just read the story, they run the numbers. How much will it cost to shoot? Who is the audience? How much will it make the opening weekend? Can it be marketed overseas? Before a single frame of the film is shot, the movie has already been treated like a product on the shelf. If the projections look safe, it gets the green light. If not, it dies. That's why so many Hollywood films look the same. Sequels, remakes, superhero franchises. It's not about originality, it's about sticking to the formula they believe will sell. Now, imagine trying to tell a Black story in that system. This country had laws banning Black love and interracial relationships up to the late 1960s. Loving versus Virginia was the case that finally struck those laws down. If America itself tried to erase love by law, what do you think Hollywood thought about putting it on the screen? And even if a script slipped past the law, Hollywood had its own rulebook. The production code, also called the Hays Code. From 1930 through 1960s, it banned interracial romance, controlled how race was shown, and reinforced stereotypes. So Black films weren't just competing against bad odds, they were fighting laws, codes, and gatekeepers. Take Why Did Fools Fall in Love? The script sat for 15 years. 15 years of no, until the director Selena stepped in and used his weight to finally push it through. Or Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee knew the story he was telling was urgent, but executives were terrified and literally believed that showing too much truth about race in America would cause riots in the street. They feared our reality more than they respected. And Love Jones, a film that reshaped how Black romance looked on screen. Today, it's timeless. But back then, Hollywood barely said yes. That story almost never reached the screen. Compare that formula to films, romantic comedies, action sequels, superhero projects. Those scripts didn't sit for 15 years. They didn't face fears of riots. They were stamped yes and moved straight to production. That's the difference. Our stories were questioned, doubted, delayed. Theirs might have been fast-tracked. Watching that pattern, I realized something early. I could write most of the authentic stories in the world, but if they didn't fit the formula, they would die in a drawer. And I wasn't willing to wait decades for permission. It doesn't happen in a boardroom. It doesn't start with spreadsheets and overseas projections. For me, the greenlit came down to 3 questions. Do I believe in the story? Can I grind paycheck to paycheck to bring it to life? Will it represent us in the right light? That's it. That's my formula. I've greenlit projects while sitting in the cab of my truck after a 12-hour shift, writing scripts on my phone while unloading my powder, editing footage between cooking dinner and paying bills. It's not polished, it's not easy, but it's mine. And it means that stories don't have to wait till someone else approves. That's what Kayatick Styles is about. Ownership, independence, creating a platform where culture doesn't need permission to exist. Hollywood locked us out with laws, codes, and formulas. But I've built this to prove that the greenlit isn't theirs anymore. It belongs to us. If you've ever been told a story that doesn't fit the formula, if you've ever seen Hollywood recycle the same movie while ignoring the truth we live every day, then this is the platform for you. Stream original films, support independent Black media at kayatickstyles.com.